away to lands beyond.
Greetings and welcome, one and all. I am Dr. Wolf, and today I'm going to try to do something that's quite a bit different from anything I've done on my channel before. Recently, a game called Heroes of the Storm became available for beta play. Now, the actual game is going to be coming out within the next couple of weeks, and I've just been experimenting with what I can possibly get out of it. And joining me today is my brother, Teric. You want to say hi, Teric?
Greetings and welcome, everyone. I hope you can hear me all right.
I can hear you pretty well. Both Teric and I have been big fans of pretty much every Blizzard game for the past 20 years, maybe even a little bit more.
Except Hearthstone.
Yeah, I haven't played Hearthstone, but pretty much every other game besides that. But Heroes of the Storm is a MOBA game, kind of like League of Legends or Defense of the Ancients.
Yes.
And
reminds me of the very first Defense of the Ancients. That was Defense of the Ancients. That was it was a mod on Warcraft 3.
Yes, I remember playing that with you many years ago. Ever since then, I haven't really played any MOBA-style games.
No?
Not really. I've heard a lot of really good things about League of Legends and Dota, but never tried them.
Huh. Yeah. I did League of Legends for quite a while. One of the things about League of Legends that was new and different was the fact that you could, you had a meta character, which is they called it your summoner. And you could level up your summoner, which would have visible effects on the actual characters that you had in game. And I thought that was really interesting. And they're doing that, from what I can tell, they're doing that here in Heroes of the Storm as well.
Yeah? Well, honestly, I am very impressed with what they've done with Heroes of the Storm so far. They've made it a much more casual experience compared to League of Legends, at least as far as I've heard. Now, Teric here can give a better idea of why that is. You want to try to give some comparisons?
I'm wondering if maybe we should talk about what a MOBA is first, or can we just assume that everyone already knows that?
Yeah. Essentially, a MOBA-style game is where you choose a hero. There are 5 heroes on each team in this particular game, and the whole purpose is to go all the way to the enemy's core and destroy it before they destroy yours. And all throughout the middle of the game, there are constant waves of minions crossing the map and trying to reach the enemy core, while the enemy has the same thing. And in the way, there are walls, and there are towers, and there are keeps, and all sorts of other things that are blocking the way, and you have to slowly wear them down.
And the cool thing about it is, without the intervention of the players, it would be a complete standoff. Both sides would continue to generate minions, which would clash together and eventually kill each other, and there would be no progress made. So it is the point of the game is the competition between the players' heroes and their ability to affect the battlefield.
There are many, many different kinds of heroes in these games as well, and it can really appeal to a lot of different playing styles. Now, right now, I'm playing a giant beetle called a Nubarak. And he is classified as more of a melee tank. He's supposed to get right up close and personal with the enemy and be able to soak up damage and draw attention. But he doesn't typically do as much damage as some of the other characters in the game. Now, in the case of Teric, he is playing a ranged assassin by the name of Jim Raynor. You want to try to explain your character for a bit?
Jim Raynor, and that's another really cool thing about Heroes of the Storm is that if you have played Blizzard games before, you will see that they have a very strong character presence in the games that they make. Jim Raynor is a character from a game called StarCraft, and he's one of the heroes that you play with. And he is a Marine that carries an assault rifle, and he's very good at putting out ranged damage. He's not so much of a tank as Dr. Wolf's character is here. He's not as good at soaking up damage as a new Barak would be. However, his skill is in he buffs his allies, and he does a lot of range damage. And he's good at, one of his specialties is in attacking and taking out enemy heroes.
Now, I'd like to take a few minutes to explain this particular map and what's happening on screen right now, because you might notice that there's a big pirate ship in the middle of the map who's firing cannonballs off at enemy defenses. And that happened because we collected coins from various locations around the map and turned them in to this pirate lord here. And once he gets a certain amount, which you'll see at the bottom right of the screen, there's a certain number of coins that he's expecting. And whichever team can turn in more coins, they'll get more bombardments from this pirate lord. And that'll help to push the map in a more
It's a way you can
objective-driven way.
It's a way you can alter the dynamics of the map, yeah. That's one of the, well, let's talk about the original Dota.
Go right ahead.
The original Defense of the Ancients was a mod on the old Warcraft 3 engine, and it was in its time it was a player-made mod, and it was actually rather innovative. In its time, it was the most popular mod in all of the Warcraft 3 arena, with the most players playing it at any given time. And originally what it was essentially the same thing you see here. It was 5 heroes going across a map with 3 different lanes, and each lane you would have spawning minions. And the dynamics of the map were determined by the skill level of the players in A, taking out the defenses of the enemy team, and B, the ability to kill enemy heroes. It was a formula that was so well liked that it actually spawned a whole new genre of games, and it's the MOBA, which stands for MOBA.
Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, is that it?
Battle Arena, that's right.
Okay. And yes, that style of game has become very, very popular over the past several years.
We've got 4 heroes down here on the bottom lane. Oh, they're all pulling back.
Yep. Okay. It looks like they want to go capture some mercenaries. Now, if you look over here on the left side of the map, where a couple of the heroes are already, there's some mercenaries that they are trying to defeat in order to better control. And once they surrender, you can stand on the point here, and they will join your side and start making their way over to the enemy team. And given that these are rather big guys with cannons, they are able to fire at enemy towers from a distance. It looks like we got a bit of a fight going on here.
Whoa!
Yes, indeed, and I'm about to get killed if I'm not careful. Thankfully, we have a healer on the team who is very good at keeping people alive.
I misdirected the Hyperion. Sorry about that.
That's all right. We're just going to push forward a little slower. Neither team seems perfectly willing to engage just yet, but I'm going to try to force something.
I've got to watch out for the mines there.
Yep.
I'm coming in.
Whoop.
Yeah, we're pushing them back.
Well, they're afraid to engage us because we have more minions available to soak up damage and deal damage.
Yes. One of the abilities that I really like about Jim Raynor is his ability to buff up his allies. Yep. He has an ability that actually increases the attack speed of all allies that are nearby for a certain amount of time. and he can use that ability every 10 seconds. Like right there, you saw me use it. And what that does is it takes all allies that are nearby, and it essentially increases the damage that they put out because they're putting out more attacks per second.
Yeah. And as you can probably notice, these siege giants are doing a lot of damage while we're trying to keep the enemy attention. They're in the back just slowly taking down towers. Now, we're playing against computer players right now. We even have a few computer allies at the moment. And the computer players at this point are not the best. They are not the smartest AI. But they are a very good practice tool because the main purpose of this game is to get playing with other players around the world. Right now we're just doing a bit of a custom game to show how things work. And we got one.
One enemy hero down.
Oh, almost got a second. There's a second. Okay, time to pull back.
That was my kill. All right, now.
I am low on mana. We have other things to do. We got to focus on
but we're pulling
objectives in this map. We got to focus on objectives. And the objectives right now are collecting gold out of these chests that you'll find in the center of the map.
Yep, I'm on my way over to help you out there. You're probably going to clean it out before I get there. Yeah, you did.
I'm pretty good at cleaning these out with all the damage I do with anything that's nearby me. Now, one thing that I really love about Heroes of the Storm is the fact that it's very nostalgic in the fact that they've used so many of these classic Blizzard characters from all these old games that we know and love, or at least Tarek and I really love, like the Warcraft universe and the Diablo universe and even the StarCraft universe. And they've kind of done a crossover with so many of these different genres coming together, and it's just a really fun idea. Much more enticing than League of Legends was for me, because I didn't know any of the characters in League of Legends.
They're relatable.
Yeah. These characters are far more relatable to me because, yeah, I've been playing games like these, or at least the characters, for many, many years, probably even 20 years now that I think about it. The original Warcraft and Warcraft 2, we were playing about 20 years ago today.
Yeah. Wait, the original World of Warcraft? No.
Well, the original Warcraft and Warcraft 2 is what I'm saying.
That was back in the,
because those were originally real-time strategy games.
That is correct.
All right, we're going to have to get some more muscle. So I'm going to suggest...
No, we didn't get him. Sorry.
That we take out these siege giants here, and they'll give us a bit more of an edge when we're pushing forward.
I'm coming back to where you're at.
I may have these guys taken down by the time you get here.
So, we hire the siege mercenaries here, and then we just walk along with them. It's going to make this push a lot easier.
Well, first we have to engage these guys who are trying to sit at the entrance and keep us from getting in. And I'm getting slaughtered because, oh goodness. I went a little too far forward, and the rest of the team had stayed back to take care of one hero that had tried to charge onto them. So that was a mistake I made of getting in too early. As a tank, I was drawing enemy fire and keeping their attention. And that is good, but only if the rest of your team follows suit and takes advantage of that distraction.
If you're out there all on your own, even as a tank, you're not going to last all that long.
Yeah. This is very much a team-oriented game. You can go off on your own and do all these different objectives, but you are, most of the game, the most effective when you are as a fighting force together using your abilities together.
Nice job on Nova.
Now, we are attacking the enemy core, and it looks like it's falling pretty quickly because of these siege giants and our individual damage, so this game may be over in just a few more seconds here. Oh, but we are losing teammates left and right. We may not be able to make this final push.
I'm pulling back.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
The minions got it.
Very close, but it worked. Anyways, that is an example of Heroes of the Storm. I find it to be a ton of fun. I intend to be playing quite a bit of it over these next couple of months as I'm getting introduced to all these different characters, and there is a lot to learn about this game, but quite frankly, I love just how casual and user-friendly it is. It's so easy to get into this game and start having fun with it, but there's still so much complexity that you can keep learning and revising your strategies and still have a fun time.
One of the big draws of MOBA-style games is in the uniqueness of each hero that is playable. And the MOBA games that are most popular always have a very wide array of different heroes that you can use. And each of those heroes has a different role to play. And each hero has a number of different specific abilities that they're able to use. And one of the big draws of the game is actually getting used to playing certain characters and learning their abilities and understanding the different nuances of how those abilities can be used in the game. So this is a game that you have, the min-maxers really love to play these kinds of games because they go through and they study in very fine detail what each of these abilities do and how to quote-unquote build each hero to maximize their own play style.
Well, I hope that is a worthwhile introduction to Heroes of the Storm. This is a bit of an experiment that I wanted to try because I've never done a gameplay video on my channel before, and it's been so long since I've actually found a new video game that I'm really interested in playing. So, between Tariq and I hope that you enjoyed our discussion, and please leave your comments below on whether you'd like to hear more of these games as we are trying to explain them or getting into other discussions. And quite frankly, I think there are a lot of other people that I'd enjoy playing with. So let me know what you think. And thanks again to Tariq for joining me for this evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I hope we get a chance to do this again. And as always, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.